In project management, RACI is a method used by teams to assign predetermined roles for each task. RACI helps clarify to team members their involvement with the work at hand, whether they have to accomplish a task, make strategic decisions, or simply need to be informed about the process. This tutorial will walk you through the steps to build a RACI matrix with Notion. Your final database will look like this, a sleek place from which you can confidently run any project. Here's the workspace of a fictional company called Acme Inc. As you can see, the team stores all their docs, meeting notes, projects, and tasks in shared databases. This is something we recommend you do, as it promotes coherency and transparency across the team in a way that is structured, searchable, sortable, and filterable. Now, we can have a look at this tasks database. Here, you can see every task that needs to be accomplished. You can also see the project they're related to, as well as their status, deadline, and the last time they were updated. The 4 columns we just pointed to are in fact properties. Properties are pieces of information about each database entry. They can come in many different forms, such as dates, people, tags, or numbers. This property, titled Projects, links tasks to projects in the database we just saw. For more about relation properties, you can watch this video. We're going to be adding 4 new properties to our table. But before we proceed, let's briefly go through what RACI means. It's an acronym for the different roles people take on for a task. R stands for responsible, so the people doing the task. A is for accountable, the person who signs off the task or the decision maker. C is for consulted, the people who need to be consulted on the task. Finally, I stands for informed, the people who should be informed once the task is completed. We're going to be adding each of these roles as properties in our tasks database. To achieve this, click on the plus sign to the right of the database, type in your property's name, in this case, responsible, and select the person property from the dropdown. Repeat the same steps for accountable, consulted, and informed. To better visualize them, let's hide some properties from the table. Click on their names, then on Hide. We can also move columns around by dragging them with the mouse and dropping them wherever we want. Our RACI matrix is now ready to be filled with tasks and people. For this video, we'll focus on the tasks that need to be completed for the Help Center redesign. In this case, the team is using views to filter by project and sort tasks by status or priority. So we can click on the Help Center redesign view to only see tasks related to this project. By the way, another option to visually organize your content by project is to use our Group button. Click on it, then click on the Group By option. You'll be prompted to select the property around which you want to group your entries. Select Projects, and voila! New subgroups are created within your database. Now, back to our Help Center redesign database view, where the filter looks like this. For this first task, click inside the Responsible column, and a list of all your Notion Workspace members will show up. Select the team member, or team members who are responsible for implementing the new Contact Us button. These could be the product manager and web developers. If you can't find someone right away, type in their name until it shows up. Next, we can click out of the dropdown and pick the person in the team who is accountable for this task. Remember that the accountable person is the person who approves or signs the task off. According to the RACI method, you cannot have more than 1 approver per task. Anything above this will slow down task delivery. In this case, the accountable person could be the head of product. The next step is to identify the people who need to be consulted about the task. Typically, this will be experts on the subject matter, or people working on parallel projects, like a brand designer or a data scientist. Finally, let's list out who needs to be informed once the task is completed. These could be people from outside the team who will be tangentially impacted, like the sales team, or people who will be excited to see the output, like the CTO. Now that we've completed the roles for the first task, we can tackle the remaining tasks in the same way. Now, to see all of the tasks that one person is responsible for, you can simply add filters. Try using the Me option and creating a view for Responsible contains me, Accountable contains me. Consulted contains me, and so on. The me property will reflect whoever is signed into Notion at the time. In this case, Mary Cassatt, making it a useful tool for all of your team members. Now, did you know that Notion database entries are actually pages in themselves? To access them, hover your mouse over your task name and click on Open. You can store all the information regarding the task inside the body of the page. Add in an icon, text, but also videos, images, headers, and a myriad of other content types. For a full list of our content blocks, watch this video. The neat thing about database pages is that there is no need to bring the work outside the database. It can all happen in the same place. For example, you could add a pending decisions section where folks can write up further questions about the task. You may even want to create a template button for this. Type the / key, followed by the word template, then press Enter. It will prompt you to fill out a very short configuration form with the content you want to replicate. Again, try using the Me identifier so that whoever adds a new piece of feedback will automatically see their name, making the section more coherent for everyone. Pressing the button once will add the content you configured. We can also create a Decisions Made section with a toggle where teammates can drag and drop decisions that have been solidified. And use the Add key to gently nudge colleagues for feedback. They will be notified of this in their own workspace. If need be, you can even connect this page to a Slack channel so that any updates to the doc will be relayed there. All of these features allow you to collaborate efficiently with your team, whether you're sitting in the same room or many time zones away. You can click out of a database page to go back to the original database view. Your RACI matrix is complete. Note that you can decide to show your other table properties at all times by clicking on the Properties menu and toggling them on. Alternatively, you can view any entry's list of properties by clicking inside the page. The Properties section will appear at the top. Remember that creating a clear RACI chart for your team is only a first step. For RACI to work, it needs to be followed. Keeping work within the task pages of your Notion database will certainly help. The more time people spend there, the more familiar they will be with everyone's roles and their own. We look forward to helping you bring your next projects to life.